Throughout this period of time, has it been hard for you as a leader to keep the heads up, keep the spirits, or has it always actually been okay behind the scenes and it's just more outside noise?
Well, I can tell you that even in good times, you have to still keep going and don't take your foot off the gas. What I've obviously noticed over the last couple of weeks especially is that there is a lot of noise that obviously you have no control over, and that we have to deal with as a team. And then some of them takes are absolutely ridiculous, but you have to deal with that. It's sort of outside noise that obviously can reach certain players, the group. It's about sticking together, and obviously I think over the last couple of games I've been saying, because obviously I have to do media duties all the time, I've been saying quite a lot of the same things, and maybe people get bored of it. Our fans, got bored of it over the last couple of weeks. But that's the only way. We're not going out there on the pitch to lose games. We're not going out there to be disappointed after games or leave fans disappointed going home. We want to work our socks off and win games, but it's not a guarantee. You play in the Premier League, you play on the highest level, in the biggest league in the world, and it's difficult obviously to stay calm, but you have to if you want to get back to where we want to be, and that's up there, but that's something for a later stage hopefully during the season to look at. Now it's time to keep working, never get too high, never get too low. I've mentioned it I think over the last couple of weeks also a couple of times, but it is what it is. We live in a world now that for footballers in this case, because that's the only thing I can speak about, that everyone can have their opinion on so many platforms and everyone knows it better. And we have to try and stay away from that and focus on the hard work that we've been doing. Last season we didn't hear much negative stuff, and everything was sunshine and rainbows everywhere. And now it sounded like by the outside world that we're going to be in a relegation battle. So that's how it works in the world.
The reality is...
A long answer, by the way, sorry.
Great answer, though, a great answer.
Yeah, plenty to say from Virgil van Dijk there, talking about that outside noise and dealing with it. Do you think it is harder now for players with the volume of opinions and media and social media as well, trying to block that out?
Compared to when we played, of course it is. There's a lot more people with microphones and cameras in front of the face. There is a lot more keyboard warriors and a lot of unnecessary noise. But it's football in the modern age. If you're the captain of one of the biggest clubs in the world, a club that demands success, you'd have to take the rough with the smooth. That's life. But more importantly, the two most important players in Liverpool's squad, him and Salah, they're both back smiling. And he's smiling because of the clean sheet and because of how the team have defended tonight. I think he's a lot more prouder of his teammates in terms of the overall performance. And the star man Salah has scored a goal and he's smiling. Them two are key for this team moving forward, and they're the two go-to men. We put it on them before the game in terms of them having to be the ones that step forward, and they both step forward tonight.
We said it before the game, though, Lindsay, didn't we? There has been a lot of nonsense spoken. Yes, you can take criticism, the right criticism at the right times, and their performance, particularly against Brentford, probably warranted criticism. Some of the other games, not so much. But there was an avalanche of nonsense spoken. We keep using that word, nonsense. And they know that. They know that. They're not immune to any of it all. And it's far more noticeable now because people have got, things to do and podcasts to sell and all this nonsense. So everybody's clickbaiting this and getting involved in here.
John's keeping really quiet there.
No, but I'm saying, it's just everywhere at the moment. So you can't avoid it. The only way you can respond is by doing that tonight. That's all you can do as a footballer. And that's the great thing about it. Every 3 games, you've got a reason to put it right. You've got an opportunity to put it right, to shut people up, and then they'll move on to something else. And that's exactly what they've done this evening. They're suddenly 3rd in the league, joint 2nd with, same points as Bournemouth. And that then puts pressure on another side then.
When you were Liverpool captain going through a tough spell, how did you make sure that noise didn't affect you and it didn't affect the group?
You'd have to stick together, of course, and it's your coach. It's his responsibility to make sure that you're protected from the outside noise. Of course, you've got to do your press duties and you listen to it because you're in and around the supporters. But as Mark has said, all that matters is working hard, trying to fix the issues that you've got on the training pitch, and going out and showing what a good individual player you are, but also that you're part of a really good, successful team. And that's what Liverpool are. Okay, they've had a rough spell. It hasn't been good enough. The players have accepted the responsibility. The manager has, and they've bounced back tonight with a real professional performance.